black teenager goes to buy shampoo. He gets basically arrested by the security, set upon for nothing, all right? Let me go ahead and bring you this full mask, put up the picture. Earlier this week in West Sussex, UK, a black 15-year-old was pinned to the ground and handcuffed by who? A store security guard when he attempted to purchase shampoo. He was one of two children detained at a Superdrug branch in Chichester on Wednesday by civilian security staff before being arrested by the police. According to the mother of the child, the boys were followed into the shop when my son went to buy some shampoo. My son was joking with the security guards about why they were following him when they snapped. They grabbed his arm, threw him on the floor, sat on him and tied his hands with plastic handcuffs. They pulled his arms up and my son was screaming that it hurt. She claims the 15-year-old was arrested. Police didn't tell her where he was for several hours. The child was released the following morning. There's more. The police spokesman said in a statement, and I quote, "We are aware of a video circulating on social media of a teenager being detained by civilian security staff. Police were called to the store in East Street shortly after 3:30 p.m. to reports of a group of teenagers involved in an altercation. A shop worker also reported being assaulted. Officers attended the scene and 3 teenagers had been detained by civilian security staff. A 15-year-old child from Worthing and a 16-year-old child from Chichester were arrested by police on suspicion of assault. Suspicion of assault. The mother refused the claims. My son is 5'7", he's 100 pounds soaking wet. He's a skinny lad," the mom continued. "He gets harassed pretty regularly and stopped by police pretty regularly. I cannot believe this and I am so upset and I'm disgusted by their behavior. I'm white and when people talk about black people lived experiences, I see that through the eyes of my son." She continued, "To see your son go through what he's, that he's such a lovely, brilliant, and fun-loving kid, and it's just grinding him down and I can't protect him from it. This is the last straw, and that is why I put on Twitter, because I don't know what else to do. Stop doing this to my child. He goes to school. He's a few weeks away from doing this. He's just a little boy. Goes out with his mates and has a lovely girlfriend." And this is a permeation of not only biased behavior, but also behavior that is hyper-aggressive, behavior that says, "How dare you give me a question? I am the authority." It is insane. They have no actual defining lines between adults and children. You would treat a child that way who has done nothing criminal? All right, Ben, thoughts here?
I don't know, I'd like to take a different opinion. I think it's great that civilian staff are allowed to arrest people on suspicion of doing something bad and sit on them like they're a bench and detain them and put plastic cuffs on them. It seems reasonable. Plus, this young man, what was he doing buying shampoo and not conditioner? You want to get both at the same time.
That's right.
So I feel like he was probably asking for it. And obviously, that's a very stupid thing I'm saying, because how egregious and how terrible. I mean, these kids were going into a store called Superdrug and they just bought shampoo when they very well could have, just by the name, could have purchased Superdrugs. So just getting some cleaning supplies seems like a very upstanding thing to do, and they should have been thanked, gotten some points on their Superdrug buyer max card and headed home. Yeah. That's not the reality we're living in these days, because life bonkers, it's on its side. And no matter, apparently, even if you're across the pond, you're still subject to this based on the color of your skin. So it's terrible to know that nothing's changing.
Yeah, and the corporation needs to say something. This needs to be responded to by the corporation itself, all right?